Hello world! We're changing things up a bit. So we've been uploading videos as often as I can. I've been getting burnout with that. My coach has been getting burnout reviewing all those videos. So we're changing things up. Instead of just every time I can upload a video I'm shifting to a strict Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. Although you may see them Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday since I often upload late at night. But it'll be, time of day is going to be sporadic, but we're still doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But I'm changing coaches, and part of that is that I want to start looking at some other decks. I'm really seeing a lot of success with Volcanion. I'm going to keep covering it, but I want to expand. This is all about me learning. So we're going to start looking at some different decks, and that starts today. And this time, I'm starting completely fresh. So with Volcanion, I had some experience before I started working with the coach that I was working with on that one. We've got a different coach this time around. It's a guy off of Reddit, goes by the screen name Seagrove, and he's very vocal about his support of Rainbow Road. So we're going to be working on learning Rainbow Road. And I'll go ahead. You can see I'm just over 50% with the initial handful of matches I've played without getting any advice from Seagrove at all, just getting the deck list that he runs. I will note that Seagrove has actually topped at least 2, maybe 3 or 4 League Cups with this list, and trade completing, sorry. And he actually just, within the last week or two, he completely won a League Cup with it. So it certainly does good. We'll go ahead and take a look. One of the things that is unique about his deck list is a lot of Rainbow Road decks do a whole lot of dual type Pokemon, but they're doing it with evolutions. So you see a lot of Pawniard into Bishop, and you see Jolteon into Galvantula, and the issue there is quite simply that it takes an extra turn. With this list, everything is a basic, so all the types that are going to be represented are there on the you set them down and they're on your bench. Moreover, they're all EXs, which is a bit more expensive. It does have the downside, I guess, of you give up 2 prizes if anything on your bench is KO'd, but you're pretty much only going to be making Xerneas your active if there's any way to do that. I guess certain exceptions come in, like if you need to discard some tools with Beedrill, or you're just making a desperation play with Umbreon. He has a Veil of Darkness for 1 color, so discard however many cards you want from your hand and get that many new cards drawn. So if you're in a really horrible spot, Umbreon can come in. Other than that, we can make use of Genesect's Drive Change. And the big thing, though, is that you get access to the Ultra Ball into Hoopa that we knew and love from our Volcanion deck. We can do that here too. Get out 3 Pokemon, 3 additional Pokemon. So that's a Psychic. Well, almost always, and at least from what I'm seeing, we almost always are going to want to grab a Volcanion. So that's Psychic, Fire, Water, and then 2 others. Right? It could be Dark with the Umbreon, Colorless with the Shaymin, Grass with Beedrill, Lightning with Jolteon, or Metal with Genesect. That right there, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 types. If you have a Xerneas on your bench, that's 6 types without even having a stadium in place, a Skyfield, to expand your stadium. You're already hitting for, I guess I should show you what the attack is. It's 30 times, 10 plus 30 for each different type of Pokemon on your bench. And the dual types do stack. So he gets a 60 damage boost from Volcanion. So what all of that back and forth was saying was one turn, one Ultra Ball, you can get to the point that you're hitting an additional 180 damage. That's insane. If you have anything else on your bench, another Xerneas, anything that's been there before, you can easily be in, I mean, 180 by itself is one hit KO territory turn one. But you can get there very quickly, even into the, hitting something that has a Fighting Fury belt. Doing that in one turn, not at all unheard of. So that's one of the things that's really nice about the deck. Seagrove noted that he had tested running a Dragonite, which I think I can see the use for. I've got a little bit of experience with Despair Ray Mega Gardevoir, which makes heavy use of Dragonite to get things back out of the discard when stadiums are discarded. When your stadium is discarded and you have to drop down Pokemon, Dragonite can help get them back. But Seagrove, in his posts on Reddit, has said that added inconsistency. So we may end up taking a look at that during the series. I don't know. But let's quickly go through the rest of the deck. So lots of different types of Pokemon. That's the whole idea. That's where we get our damage. We have an escape rope just to get something out of the active if we need to. We have 4 max elixirs. We want that first turn attachment. If at all possible, we want to attach a DCE and then max elixir for a fairy. That's how we can turn one. I said turn one we can do all that damage, right? Well, we have to get a fairy energy and a double colorless. So if we attach double colorless and we max elixir for one of the 7 fairies that we have and we hit, then we're good to go. Special charge, get back the double colorless energy. We most of the time only need a total of 6. If we can avoid discarding anything, we only are going to have 6 attackers, obviously. But obviously, if energy gets discarded, it gets a little tight. Super Rod will get back any Pokemon or fairy energy. Trainers Mail, we're only playing 1 copy. That's a little bit unexpected, a little unusual. But Seagrove's had success with it. I'm not questioning it yet. 4 Ultra Ball, get out Pokemon. 4 VS Seekers, reuse supporters. We have 4 Skyfields. That's very powerful in helping us hit some of those big numbers. I have on multiple times been able to one-hit KO a Decidueye because we have Skyfield in place and we have that many different type of Pokemon. Obviously, the Lysandre is good. We only have 1 copy. Again, I could see maybe making that 2, but I don't know where, what there is to take out. 2 N seems fine. 1 Ninja Boy to help manipulate types, help get, Shaymin out. Shaymin's in the active. That can sort of help you reuse a Shaymin. It's not necessarily a play that I've seen that useful yet, but maybe we'll learn during the series places where it's more useful. We've got 4 Sycamore, draw support. A Fighting Fury belt obviously adds more health to our Xerneas, and 2 Floatstones to help mostly with Volcanion. We want a Floatstone on Volcanion pretty much every game just to make sure he doesn't get stuck. We might put a float somewhere else. Often if something gets set in the active and we don't have time to Ninja Boy it into a Xerneas, we'll do that. And then the energy. I didn't talk about Xerneas Break. I think, my perspective, Xerneas Break is only in here for the HP boost. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we'll learn more. I could almost even see replacing Xerneas Break with a Fighting Fury belt to have an additional one, but I guess you add the HP boost even with item lock in place there. But item lock is a tough thing. If we aren't set up, item lock can be pretty tough to overcome. Then again, I'm still learning the deck. Maybe it's not that bad when you know what you're doing. with that, we're going to go ahead and jump into the verses and get some matches in with our Rainbow Road deck. As always, deck list is in the description. Okay, so starting off, looks like we're playing against Volcanion. We'll go first. And we start with a Genesect in the active. That is rough. But we can, ideally, we'll get a Floatstone onto Genesect, get him out of there, and then we can just take it off using the Drive Change ability. Okay, so I think we're going to end up playing out the Skyfield since we're against Volcanion that may actually stick. Okay. I'm actually torn here. We don't want to discard everything here, but there's not a lot we can play to get our Shaymin out, and obviously playing down a Shaymin for like 1 or 2 cards seems pretty meh. I guess it's better than nothing. I guess we're gonna have to do that. Shaymin for 1. I'm almost inclined. The only thing, I don't want to discard the DCE when we can preserve it with Shaymin, but maybe that's wrong. But I'm gonna go ahead and bench Shaymin and draw 1 card. And we get another Shaymin. So I will play the double colorless. We already know that from previous discussions that we really should have. Well, okay. We should have played the Max Elixir first to see if it would hit. Thankfully it does. And now we're gonna really get crazy here. Since we have the Shaymin, I'm gonna play Ninja Boy as our supporter for the turn, and we're gonna Ninja Boy this Shaymin into a Xerneas. It's fully powered up, and now we can bench this Shaymin and draw 4 cards. We had to pass on our Sycamore turn, which is unfortunate, but we can play down a Hoopa, and we can play down 3 more Pokemon. So what do we want to get? Volcanion for sure. So Jolteon has free retreat. I think that's basically the only way he's useful to us, is that he has free retreat. Since we don't have any Floatstones out, I'm going to go ahead and grab him. And let's see, we're playing Volcanion. Volcanion really likes their tools for that free retreat to switch out Pokemon. So I'm going to grab a Beedrill to counter. Let's see, do we have enough things that we can play? We can't attach energy. Really, we can't play any of these cards right now. So it's kind of useless to get a Shaymin. So yeah, I'm going to get these. And we'll just bench everything. Worst comes to worst, when we lose the stadium, I will get rid of the Shaymin. So from here, we'll go ahead. I think we'll just pass. Save the Max Elixir for attempting, if we top deck a Xerneas, we'll gladly play it then. But otherwise, I may try to use the Max Elixir to just stick an energy onto Beedrill, but it doesn't matter, we get end, and that's actually a pretty decent thing for us. The one bad sign that we have right now is if our opponent is able to go ahead and get Volcanion up, a baby, and get him powered up, get a power heater in place for just, I guess, 2 steam ups is all it'll take. No, I guess it'd be 3. He has to hit for 90. So 3 steam ups to take out our Genesect. Now he's going to get at least 2 Volcanion-EXs off of this Hoopa. Oh! Alrighty, well, my read on the energy type was completely wrong, and we are against Mega Rayquaza. That changes a lot of things. If he gets a Spirit Link, well, we're definitely not going to lose our Stadium. So Mega Ray has 220 hit points, I think. No, he'd be 210. So at 210, we need, let's see, 37 Pokemon on 7 types on the bench. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 currently. We have 7, but you know, if we get a Ray out, we're probably going to be losing this guy if Ray comes out. So, alright. It's nice that we're not losing the Stadium. And we also didn't lose our DCEs from playing Sycamore, so that was kind of helpful. We don't have to rely on a special charge to get them back. And I really should have checked to see what was prized when I played the Hoopa. That was definitely a mistake. So we see a Spirit Link come out. This is the Volcanion build. So yeah, he's already got some energy in the discard. So if he has a Mega Ray, he can Mega Turbo this turn and get it fully powered up. I'm not sure if he has a way to get Shaymin out of the active or not. It looks like he doesn't. He just gets 2 Mega Rayquazas in the active. Alrighty. So I think we want to actually kick things off by playing an Escape Rope. He's probably not going to give us a Mega Ray. Just double check. Oh, it is 220 HP. He gets a 50 boost. Okay. He's thinking right now. He's trying to decide what he wants to do. Unfortunately, we're probably stuck playing an in. So he sends up a Shaymin. Right now, we're just going to send up Jolteon. We have the free retreat, so we can back into our Xerneas. We'd like to get another Xerneas up this turn. Even if he doesn't have anything on him, we'd like to have him up there. Okay, we have float stones, we have a Shaymin. So we want to definitely attach a float here. We'll attach a Fighting Fury belt here. I don't know why I did all that before I checked any of this. We definitely want to play the Trainers Mail. We get a VS Seeker and a Sycamore. We can't Sycamore because we just played the in, but I will take Sycamore and hold for next turn. And we have this Floatstone. I'm going to attach it to Genesect. I will go ahead and I'm questionable about this, but I just want to draw more cards trying to get that Xerneas out. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. We have the option to hit done. What happens if we just hit done? Oh, I've never explored that. So you can choose not to take energy because you're pulling from a private zone. That's nice to know. Okay, do another full round of Shaymining, and we do get a Xerneas. We get 2 more max elixirs and an energy. So we will go for it. No, don't get that one. It's payback for not taking the energy that we would have gotten the first time. We'll put this one down. We'll put another one down. And I think we go ahead and take the KO on Shaymin. We'd obviously rather KO Mega Ray, but we don't have that option. I think taking the prizes is better than not. So we'll do that. Hitting for 260, so even if we push this Xerneas up off the bench, we're able to KO the next Pokemon as well. So he does push out his Mega Ray. That's good for us. We will be taking a KO on Ray unless something really unexpected happens. Ray doesn't usually tech hammers, so I wouldn't expect to see that. So we're going to be able to get another Xerneas up and going. The downside is that we don't have a lot to follow up on that with. We won't be able to attach another energy next turn. We've burned through, I think, all of our max elixirs. So if he KOs our follow-up immediately, we're in a little bit of trouble. Perhaps I should have gone ahead and sent that max elixir energy onto something, but I'm not sure where I would have put it that would have been meaningful. Ray's not playing a lot of tools, so we don't need to discard any tools. I say that, and he attaches a Floodstone, but anything that we Lysandre up, we're doing it with the intent of taking a KO that turn, I think, most of the time. And certainly we can Lysandre something other than his Volcanion. We see he plays a Lysandre. Well, he pulls a Lysandre, I guess he didn't play it. And he hits us for 240, knocks out, gets one prize. So here we will go ahead and promote. We'll be doing a manual attachment to Xerneas there. And we're about to Sycamore, so we definitely want to use this. Oh my god, I did that. I attached the energy in the wrong place. That was a... wow. I can't believe I did that. We're not going to play the special charge just yet. Wow. Okay, so having made that mistake because I wasn't paying as much attention as I should have, I guess we're going to do drive change, take the Floatstone, attach it to Xerneas Break. We will retreat. We know he has Lysandre. We'll retreat, see if he wants to take two prizes instead of one. Wow. I can't believe I did that. Okay, well, click done. This would have been a good match if I hadn't screwed it up. And he chooses to take a KO on Volcanion. That's really interesting. So he dropped our damage output there. So we're going to attach the energy. And let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 7 will give us what we need. So we'll go ahead and bench the Umbreon. Do we want to play the special charge? I think we want to maximize our chance of drawing the DCE. So I'm going to go ahead and play it. I usually prefer to wait until there's 2 in there, but with the falling behind in prizes because of that mistake, it hurts us. At least he's down to 3 cards now. And he didn't attach DCE last turn, so we're going to go ahead. Would have been really bad if I had done the wrong attack, but at least we didn't make that mistake. Alrighty, so he straight out promotes the Mega Ray. Maybe he has DC in hand. That's a risky play if he did not. So he does. Pulls Trainer's Mail, seeing what he can find, and he plays an in. Okay. Attaching a Floatstone to Ray. I don't know why he would do that. Is he not planning on just taking a KO? He knows that if I get a knockout, I win, and okay, whatever. Well, if you're only going to draw 2 cards, having both of them be Sycamore is pretty alright, I suppose. So he does take a KO and go down to 2 prizes. He's going to have to knock out 2 Xerneas to take us out. 3 Sycamores. I guess we're going to play a Sycamore. We do get the DCE. That's going to win us the game if we get enough damage. So let's double check our damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not enough. What should we do? We should Ultra Ball for another Pokemon. Oh, look at that. It's our friend Volcanion. I did know that both Volcanions were in there. Volcanion is important enough. Our opponent sees that we have it and just concedes. We would have won this sooner if we had not made the really, really stupid mistake that I made. But it didn't matter. We took down. Mega Ray is actually, interestingly enough, one of the easier matchups in my short experience. We struggle when we can't use our items, and we struggle to some extent when we can't use our abilities of the Pokemon that we're playing down. Obviously, if we can't use Hoopa, that hurts us a lot. We'll do one more game. Hopefully I managed to not totally screw it up. I'm sure I'm making all kinds of like little mistakes, but something glaringly obvious like an energy attachment to the wrong Pokemon is inexcusable. Okay, and now for match number 2. This time we're against a fighting deck, which could be an energy denial deck, which hurts us, or it could be a Passimian deck that somehow doesn't have Mew. We couldn't possibly be that lucky. We're playing an energy denial deck. Alrighty. So Jolteon, Genesect, and done. Strong energy, healing, scorched earth. I haven't seen any energy denial cards yet. I was assuming this was like a Lycanroc. There we go. An enhanced hammer. Yeah, we're playing against Lycanroc. I feel like energy denial hurts this deck a lot. So, and maybe we should be playing a one-off of like the other Xerneas. Alrighty. So I feel like we can't play a single card that we have. have an energy, but we don't want to attach that anywhere. So we're just going to end and look for something better. Okay, so we get a Xerneas, we get an Ultra Ball. So we're going to play the Max Elixir. We do hit, attach it to Xerneas. We're going to play down Beedrill, and then we're going to Ultra Ball away the Super Rod and the energy. That hurts me a little bit because I feel like one of the things I'm doing wrong in this deck is not saving the not saving Super Rods as much as maybe they need to be saved. Just a quick scan. We have all of our Xerneases, all of our Shaymins, both Hoopas, only one Volcanion. We have one Max Elixir is prized, one Volcanion is prized. We only play one Trainers Mail. I was about to say that was prized. It looks like one VS is prized, one Skyfield is prized, one Sycamore is prized, and then I'm guessing an energy. Shoot back over here really quick, grab Hoopa. Made that by the skin of my teeth. Okay, so yes, we will draw 3. Gonna get a Shaymin. I don't know who else to get, if anyone. I suppose we'll take a Volcanion and just leave it with 2. Obviously, we're really just filling one space, but hopefully, off of the 5 cards we get, we can at least get one Stadium. Shaymin. Okay. So we get Skyfield. Okay, what do we need for a KO here? Obviously, we're not getting a KO now, but just looking at A, we definitely don't want Jolteon to be up front because he's weak to there. So 2040 be 80. I wonder if we let Jolteon tank a hit. We have a Max Elixir. Since that's prized, we don't want to use it. I don't think we want to play the Stadium. I think we want to pass on playing the Stadium for now. Part of me is tempted to play it. And I kind of think we pass on playing the energy too. Because he plays hammers. So I'm just going to click done for now. If we play the Stadium, if we don't, 190, we have to have 7 types. So if we play the Stadium, we're there. He benches a Carbink. Carbink is not a threat to us. He plays an in, that is more painful. But you can see that our Stadium would have been replaced right away anyway, so I'm kind of glad we didn't play it. What we can do now is... Okay. I did not see that coming. That hurts a little bit too, but I think we can return knockout. So we counter Stadium. We attach. We bench the Umbreon. So right now that's 5 different types, which will get us to 150. We need at least 8 types. So if I Ultra Ball away the VS and the energy, we can get Hoopa, to get a Shaymin and a Volcanion. We'll get Hoopa. Yes, up to 3. We're just taking the 2. And then our final spot, we're gonna pray we find a way to. Oh, my count was off. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I should have just grabbed the Volcanion. Play Lillie. Play a Trainers Mail. What are we doing? So if we max elixir and energy, I should have gotten the other max elixir, but I was frustrated myself, and I'm doing that way too much tonight. Okay, so we play that there. Let's get another Shaymin. Okay, so we can attach the energy and then Ninja Boy into Xerneas on the next turn. I guess we're gonna have to do that. We don't quite make the knockout this turn. Is he not gonna knock us out? Oh, he wants to hit for weakness. Kind of putting all his eggs in one basket, though. So we're going to go ahead. Again, I don't know the difference between Xerneas Break versus a Fighting Fury Belt. I don't know why that matters. We'll attach here. I think we still go for our Ninja Boy play. Changing Shaymin into a Xerneas. And then we'll go ahead and bench the additional Shaymin for draw of 3. Do we? I'm almost inclined to say no. We don't need the draw right now. I think we keep it as an out in case he ends us. There's our other Volcanion and another Skyfield. So if he were to counter Stadium, we can get rid of Volcanion and Shaymin and then reapply and get it back. Regirock we can KO immediately if we can get him up. We do have a Lysandre, so I think clearly we Lysandre the Zygarde that's been giving us problems. Well, I said that. Then he attached a lot of energy to Regirock, so we're going to attach, and then we will Lysandre, and then let's make sure. Yeah, attacks are stronger. We will Rainbow Force for the KO. And we can Lysandre again next turn. To 220, so if he were to take a KO on Xerneas, we would be doing, we'd still be able to take a KO, and we can just Lysandre Shaymin for the win. If we can Lysandre, if we have that option. So we can Ultra Ball for a Shaymin. And hope that Shaymin draws us away to a Lysandre or a VS. 6 new cards, please. We don't get it. So we will attach this here. We will attach this here. We will pray that he doesn't have Lysandre. And I think we play the Super Rod as well. So if he has Lysandre, he wins. If he doesn't, we win. That's what it comes down to. Do you have Lysandre? You have Floatstone. You have Sycamore, which means you don't have Lysandre. So I don't think it's possible for us to lose this now. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 types. If he gets another Fighting Fury belt on. Well, there's that. Okay, so we know we have a Volcanion deck. We have a repeat of Hoopa and of Shaymin. That was probably a mistake. I probably should have discarded the Shaymin and kept the Volcanion. I'm sure that was a mistake. So he's going to make a play. I think our correct play, send up Xerneas. I think we attach the float. Oh, we get Lysandre. Okay, so we bench, get Lysandre. And KO Shaymin. So that was a pretty good match. Our opponent was able to exploit Lysandre there in the beginning to take an early prize lead, but we were able to come back from it and just, knock him out repeatedly. So that, I think, went well. I do think there at the end discarding the Volcanion was a mistake. And there's obviously a lot of plays that I identified as thinking they were questionable. I think I did better in that game than I did in the first one. There were a couple of games that were against item lock decks in the middle that were just so ugly. I'm taking them out of the video because I figure we'll do some coverage of those down the line once I'm a little bit more aware of what I'm doing with this deck. But Seagrove can point out all of the things I'm doing wrong in the easy matches before we get to the difficult matches, like an item lock deck. Because item lock, from what I can tell, is really hard to deal with. With that, we'll go ahead and wrap up for today, and I'll be back next time with some notes from what Seagrove identifies in plays I'm doing wrong. See you next time.